Star 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
Star FM 103.5.
When I see the stars in the sky, I feel as though the heavens are calling. The way that they shine so bright, while the stars recite and they are never falling. It's the home of the song.
You are tuned in to Star FM.
When I see the stars in the sky, it's the home of the song.
Star FM 103.5.
Bringing you the true definition of contemporary radio. This is Star 103.5 FM.
One 103.5 Star FM.
This is Star 103.5 FM.
All right, so this particular one, that's the sick tune for StarrChat. Welcome to the show on 103.5 FM, Simply the Best. And I'm dedicating this song to my producer who's celebrating his birthday today, Ernest Kwame Danso Echampon. Yeah, he's called Ernest. Can you imagine? He's called Ernest Kwame Danso Echampon. He takes a picture every 5 years. And the struggle to find a picture of his for an artwork today to wish him a happy birthday on social media. My word, it was a task and a half. But finally, we found the picture. So, Ernest Kwame Danso Echampon, my super excellent producer, happy birthday to you. On that note, just to welcome you to the show. It's an absolute pleasure coming your way this evening. Every Wednesday evening, I look forward to it because the conversations are not just brilliant, they are memorable as well. And these conversations happen only on Ghana's #1 chat show, StarrChat on Star 103.5 FM. And the show is in association with Dove. Just to remind you that Dove believes that deodorants shouldn't just protect, they should care for your underarms too. And so when you're going out to buy deodorant, don't just pick anything from the shelf. Make sure you're going for a deodorant that thoroughly takes care of your underarm skin. And that's exactly what Dove and only Dove does. After all, a lot of the best things in life lead us throwing our arms in the air. You don't want to be that lady or gentleman who walks around with a very wet armpit. No, you don't want that. Keep it dry all the time. This is why Dove deodorant is there for you. Dove deodorant is created with a quarter moisturizing cream to care for your underarm skin, leaving it soft and smooth. Emphasis on soft and smooth. So go ahead, lift your arms in confidence. Live them like you just don't care, because you know very well that Dove deodorant cares for your underarm like never before. Dove truly, truly cares. All right, so let's go straight to why we're meeting here tonight. You know how I love my quotes, and tonight I'm quoting Kevin Patterson. He once said that the whole world loves a maverick and wants that person to achieve something more nobler than simple rebellion. The man I'm talking to tonight has been described as one who lives best on the edge. For decades, he's earned a nickname akin to a terrier canine who lives on the maxim, hunt or be hunted. For his ferocious style of talent management, he's ready to kick up a storm at any time just to pursue his cause. He has managed top musicians and also has some prolific entertainment concerts in his bag. His acidic tongue has attracted adjectives for his persona, with people going as far as calling him a chauvinist. Is he really chauvinistic? We'll find out tonight. His criticism of leadership recently saw him spending a couple of nights behind bars minutes after uttering what has been described by some as distasteful words against the president on national television. With his thick mustache and an imposing physical build, is he a man who loves to be feared more than respected? Does he believe free speech also comes with an equal weight of responsibility? Are his criticisms of people, systems, and organizations out of frustration, or his analysis suggests that only that style is the means by which rapid change is achieved? What happened to his amoebic relationship with dancehall artist Shatta Wale? Artist manager and creative director of Bullhouse Entertainment, Lawrence Nana Isiama Hansen, popularly known as BullDog, is my guest on StarrChat tonight. StarrChat is also available on Empire 102.7 FM in Sekondi Takrady and Ultimate 106.9 FM in Kumasi. Anyway, BullDog, you're welcome to the show.
Hi, Charlie. This description there, it no be easy. Wow, it's serious.
Did I miss anything in there?
I didn't know
You don't
I
know?
embodied all that stuff,
Well, you're a mixture of everything. Hot, cold, warm. You have all of that in you.
I did
and
try.
I think that's how a human being should be.
Yes.
You go all very nice and people take you for granted. Once in a while, it was so chill. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you so
I haven't
much.
seen you in a while.
Yes, it's been a minute. I think the last time we touched base was on WhatsApp or something.
It's been a while.
And we did the comeback of Stoneboy
And yes, Shatta Wale.
together. That was when I really saw you in person.
So it's been a while. It's been
a long while.
Yeah.
You look fresh. What you they drink blood or something?
It's Jesus. So the
I like
secret
that.
is Jesus.
I like that.
He's holding me
You've
down.
taken good care of yourself.
Thank you very
It's good.
much. Saturday is my birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll be expecting my present. Can you buy me a Bentley?
Not yet, but I can give you what's better than a Bentley.
What's that?
Birthday sex.
You will give me that sex.
Yes.
Why would you give me sex?
I mean, it's better than a Bentley. Somebody can buy a better Bentley, but the sex I'm going to give you, nobody's going to give you.
What makes you think I want to have sex with you?
I'm just saying.
But I don't want to have
No,
sex
but why
with
would you want a Bentley too? I mean,
because I'll be
drive.
driving.
No, you drive better cars. Like
No.
you've got a fleet of cars. So
No,
Bentley,
I
there's
don't.
sure.
you. No.
Okay, and the mini Shatabeka normal Bentley.
Why Shatta Wale?
Yeah,
Oh, my baby boy.
that was on a lighter note.
I know.
though.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so is your case still pending in court?
It is, yes.
It is?
Yeah, I think last week I was in court. I'm due in court on the, I think on the 19th or
Is it your
next month.
first time in court?
No, I mean, 6 years ago, 2001, right? So 2014, I was picked up for murder,
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I spent a month in cells, then went on. I had 4 years to go to court, each month until I got out.
I don't know how I forgot about that one. How did you feel
About being
accused of murder?
For me, it didn't come as a surprise.
Why?
I mean, people tag me as controversial. So
Doesn't make you a murderer.
No.
It doesn't mean you're a murderer.
No, yeah, it doesn't.
Okay.
So when I was picked up, I mean, I knew the conversations that had gone on, so I wasn't surprised, and it didn't push me because I knew I had not done anything wrong.
But why, of all the men in this country, why you? Why were you in particular picked up? Have you ever wondered why?
Okay, so I'm not. There was a report made with my name
Okay.
by a musician.
All right.
That worked with this is my friend. This is
Yeah.
Fennec. So,
You were friends.
Yeah, I actually introduced Fennec into the entertainment space.
Okay.
Yeah, they chop for my house. They come my house all the time. I used to work at Charterhouse at the time. Before he met some lion man he started working with. I used to give him tags for Charterhouse tickets and everything. He was like my pal. He wanted to get into magazine production and everything. I was helping him. There's somebody who comes to my home to eat. So he was a friend, But along the line, when we move steps ahead, then you part with. It's not like we had any issues or anything. I think...
Which is normal.
Yeah. We spoke a month before his death because we were planning to have an association of managers, talent managers in Ghana. So myself and him were going to chair that and bring everybody else on board to make sure, So it was unfortunate, But hey, I think it's a journey I needed to take. And I went through it. So for me, nothing.
Okay, but you've still not answered my question.
What's the question?
Of all the people, why you?
So I'm saying that...
Somebody mentioned your name,
Yes.
but why your name?
So I had...
Because I've always wondered.
Okay, so let me say this. I think a month or two before his death, there was an event at the stadium.
Okay.
I think YFM did that event, something Loud in Accra or something. So there were two events back to back. One was in Kumasi the night before, then the last one was in Accra. So Shatta was billed to perform at the tail end, when Samini was supposed to perform before us. So when we got to Kumasi, Samini, I'll say, extended his performance than the usual time. So we felt that no, he didn't do right, because he had taken a lot of energy from the yes, and spent a lot of time. So we said when we get to Accra, we'll pay him back in his own coin. So I went to speak to the organizers that hey, there's no way Shatta is performing at the tail end. He'll come before Samini. They said that's not what my contract said. I said I don't care what my contract says. If you don't do that, we will not perform.
Right.
So eventually we had our way and we performed. And we performed till, I don't know, the next morning.
And it was deliberate.
Oh, yes.
You just wanted to pay him.
Exactly, because
back.
he did the same to us in Kumasi.
Okay.
But for them, they couldn't take it. So somebody like Tony, that's Samini's former manager, they were trooping on the stage and everything. And at the time, Fennec was there. So we're having, I won't say arguments, but, boys, we did talk.
Yeah.
And I started teasing him that, look, that's the new king of the streets, and Fennec used to manage Kwakese.
Okay.
You understand? So he took an offense, but we were...
And at the time, we were calling Kwakese the king of the streets.
Exactly.
Right,
so we're back and forth and all that, and we left the place late. I think 4 a.m. in the morning. I went to bed. I think I woke up around 11. By 12:31, Eugene of Peace FM called my phone and said there's an interview with Akwesi Abuaji and that my name is being mentioned. I said, by whom? He said, so, Fennec. So they want to call me, so I respond.
Right.
Okay. So they called me and we had a back and forth on the phone.
Right.
So there was some sort of exchange. And that was the last time I spoke to him. Usually, myself and Fennec will plan an argument or an interview before we come. So let's just say you wanted to speak to me. He'll be on the other line,
Right.
So we know what we'll talk, because
Right.
it's entertainment. We plan some of these things. So I think after the interview, I called him and said, Charlie, but why you not give me a heads? I said, Charlie. The thing was, he was accusing me of bringing land guards onto the stage to protect Shatta. And I don't.
Did you?
No, I don't get blocks there. I don't buy sand before. So I don't know any land guard. I don't get land. Anything, So I told him that, listen, maybe you know them because you have them or you do these things. But I don't know. All the guys that came are guys from Nima that we know.
Right.
And they come with us or come along anytime we are going for shows. So I don't know what you're talking about. We went back and forth. He used some sort of denigrating words on me on air, but hey, we'll be boys, so that can't be. So just after that, I spoke to him and said, Charlie, but why you not give me a heads up? You know, say with a base for with this. There's this guy, Step. I don't know if you know him. Solid Multimedia. So I said, when we meet for that, we go to, you know, trash out. That's all. I didn't hear of him again. You know, then we spoke again later on about that managerial thing we wanted to do. That's it. So I don't know whether, I don't know who took whatever. I don't know. Right. But hey.
But it shocked you, didn't it? I mean, to be in the cooler for a month.
Yes, it wasn't easy. You know, I got fare in the process, you know. You know, you don't get to see the sun. You don't get to see the moon. You're always there. You know, I got a little bit. I think I got out twice. And on all those 2 occasions, I was in court. You know, because I was picked up on a Thursday. I ran in front of a judge on Monday. Then they said no, they won't give me bail. You know, and at the time, murder was a crime that will not get bail. So they had to go to the human rights court to get it. Now, murder, you can get bail if everything is right. Within the next 2 days, you get it and go out. You know, yeah, I mean, but it was cool. It was an
eye-opener?
No.
A lesson? What was it?
No, I think it was, for me, I was being pulled away from something. So
think?
Yeah, I know. I would say I know, because my mom at the time, may God put her soul to rest, you know, she's still resting at Tusu someplace, you know. She told me that she'd seen an accident for myself. She's a prayerful mom, myself and Shatta, and that when we're driving, we should be careful. Right. You know, a young girl I used to work with at Raku's production at the time also said a friend of hers called and said, Senadafoni a BullDog on accident, or she dreamt I had an accident and I got amputated from the leg, you know. Right. So, you know, sometimes I don't trust some of these things. Sometimes, you know, it's because of my nature. It's not like I don't believe in anything, but you know, I don't want to subscribe to that, so it weighs me down. Now, when I got in there, 3 pastors came on 3 separate days and said the same thing my mom said, and said the same thing my friend's friend said, that I'm being kept here to, you know, let the storm pass, and that if I was out there, I would have. And these are people I didn't know. They came on random days. Yes, you know, and I was confident the whole time because, hey, Charlie, look, even if you came to my home, the weapon, if you want to call it a weapon, kitchen knife belongs to my wife. I mean, I don't own nothing. I don't owe anybody anything. I don't own a gun. I mean, I won't need it at any point in my life. I hope so. You know, so I knew so nothing. Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, so you mentioned earlier that you introduced Fennec, may his soul rest in perfect peace, to this game. Yeah. And then this happened to him. Yeah. How do you feel that till date?
Very sad.
Yeah, we have
very sad.
Closure,
you know,
to that.
Yes, very sad. And I was at the funeral at the time. You know, myself, when it happened, the night it happened.
You were at the funeral.
Well, yeah,
what was the reaction?
Oh, I mean, at the time I wasn't picked up yet.
You hadn't been picked up.
I hadn't been
picked up later.
Later, yes, after the funeral. Okay. And people were saying, "Oh, then the time I kill him, we are around. There are no day town." All of a sudden, I stopped doing public interviews, you know. And my PS started putting the pictures up. This guy was at the funeral. You understand? So, listen, the night I think the night before he passed, I received a broadcast message from him. He had sent some Colombian mafia stuff on WhatsApp. And I just looked at it. I didn't respond and slept over. The next morning, I was driving out, and I saw another broadcast from George Britain. Okay. And the headline hit me. So I called Britain and said, "Yo, Charlie, sometimes make we use one our brains more." He's like, "Oh, why you didn't insult me?" I said, "Look at the headline," because the headline read, okay, I've forgotten the exact thing, but if there was a story with Obo and his face. You know, and they said, I think a week after argument with Obo Musiga, Fennec has been killed. So, so I said,
trying to draw a link.
Good. Yeah. You know, because even Obo was, I don't know, I won't say picked up, but he was invited, you know, he was released. Before later on, they come pick me up. You understand what I'm saying? And it was sad. And at the time I was picked up, I was with Shatter at Joy FM. We're doing an interview. You know, usually when you're with Shatter, you know there's a crowd.
Yeah.
So we had finished an interview at their TV section. We came out. They wanted to do something outside. So I was by him. He was speaking. A gentleman stepped to me and said, Charlie, I will see you. And I'm like, yo, I'm working. Usually when they come like that, they want a photograph.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I say, hey, relax, Adi. You know, the another one, oh, Charlie. I say, no, boss, I did work. And when I'm working, Charlie, is different.
Yeah.
Then the next one came and said, we are from police. So that got me a little bit. I'm like, okay, I beg, I will come right now.
Right.
You know, so I finished that. Then they said, oh, you are needed at the CID headquarters. I said, for what? Said, oh, to assist investigation. I said, which investigation? So, Fennec. I said, oh, okay, cool, let's go. So I drove them in my car because I knew...
They didn't come in a car?
No, Charlie, Ghana police, don't make we talk this matter for you. Which
You,
car?
you drove the police?
Yeah.
The police that came to invite
Yes,
you
yes.
to assist in investigation?
Yes, the CID.
Drove
guy.
in your car?
My car, yeah, there's 3 of them.
How?
Yeah, they don't get car. Like they bring some taxi or they jog from the CID place. Come
No,
down.
they have cars.
Charlie, which cars?
Oh no, the police service
You
has
see,
cars.
sometimes I like to be realistic. Yes, yeah. There's an organization, there's a structure, you know. But sometimes some things too no dey there.
So you drove them in your car?
Yes.
To the CID?
Yeah.
And what kind of conversation were you having in the car?
Good, I like that. So when we were coming, I'm like, am I under arrest? Say no. Would I need a lawyer? They say no. So what? When you say assist me, I know be policeman or CID. What are they go? So some question and answer. So I said okay, cool, because I knew Obo had gone there and left and everything. Now, I won't say maybe on hindsight I'll say it was a mistake, but I didn't call anybody because I knew I had not done nothing.
Nothing, right.
So we got there I think around 11 in the morning, and they took me up on the 4th floor. That's homicide when you go there, yeah. And they put me in a conference room or something. Said I should wait. Okay, I'll say the charge office.
Did you have your phone?
At the time.
Yeah.
So I think within 30 or 40 minutes, yes, they had come for my phone. Or I think we went in for an interview, but I knew I had my phone at the time. Then they said I needed to wait a little bit. So I waited from 11 to like 5. Yes. So around 2 or 3, I called my PA. It's called Salty, and I said that I'm at the police station. He shouldn't tell anybody, and that I'll be late in picking up my daughter, my first daughter, and that he should come to the police station and get the car and go and pick my daughter. So he came, and but I think just before he came, I got a call from Socrates, and Socrates said, "Oh, I can't move here."
How did the news go on?
Exactly. The PRO of the police at the time, I don't know who she is or she was or who he was, had started doing interviews that they have the murderer in custody, then blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you.
Did he say murderer or did she say murderer?
That's what it was reported, and I was all over the place at the time, but I didn't know because I was in there, and I wasn't locked up, but, I was in their confines. So my guy left and came back later on, and I said, oh, wait for me. But all my friends had heard it, so stayed a few people, then we went for an interview, or interrogation, I'll say. I was there, I think there were 5 or 6 top gurus from there, Then they started talking. This, that. Okay, let me say. They say, "Are you BullDog?" I said, "Yes." Do you live at? They said some place, but I said, "No. You either find me in Adabraka or Domi, But where you mentioned there, no be that day. You've had troubles with Fennec, and I said, we have troubles in this industry all the time. There was a time, we had another issue with GHOne. I don't know if it's Joy FM. Joy FM did a show called Accra vs. Tema. And on that night, there was a scuffle. I think Kwakesi came on stage with a VIP flag, Commotion. I don't know if you know him. Commotion Promotion is an MC.
Emotion for the nation.
Yes, he introduced Kwakesi at the time, and Kwakesi came on stage and stepped on a VIP flag. You know, I was managing VIP at the time.
Right.
You know, so giddy start they happened for there. You know, and that day, just after our performance, the show stopped because there were people who were supposed to come after us, but the show stopped because my guys didn't take it lightly. And when I say my guys, not all of the guys, but Promsy and a few other guys, you know, we're always with a group. You know, when we step out, we were like about like a clan. You know what I'm saying? So some of us had to stand in, you know, to make sure to return calm to the place and everything. So you know, all those small things.
Yeah. They were now
added up.
beginning to play out.
Good. So they started referring me to
All
that,
of that.
and they said we had a press statement. We all wrote some press. I said they should go and read Fennec's and read mine. They will realize the English word in there, and they realized that we were not pushing for trouble. They said that night, Promsy and a few guys attacked Commotion. But I wasn't there, you know, so I don't know why all these things, you know. Then again, they started mentioning Shatawale's name at the time. You know, I think I've been fortunate or unfortunate because the people I surround myself with, you know, it's on fire day. They be firebrands, you know, so, and you managing a firebrand, you will have some fire, you know,
Absolutely.
so most of these things, though, put it at your doorstep. You know, I listened, and they eventually said, "Oh, you killer."
They told you that?
Yes, I've forgotten the man's name. If I remember right now, I go mention him. I look at him, I'm like, "Yo, you don't even get sense." And I said that in my head.
Oh
No, in my
you
head.
wouldn't dare
Oh yeah, in
utter
my
those
head,
words. Yeah.
You know, though his 2IC, Mr. Hansen, you know, he was very he's still there. I think now they are all my friends. You
Right.
know, he was there. A few of them spoke. Then they took me and said I needed to give a statement, you know. So I think around 6 now, I went to the CID who was in charge. I mean, the investigator who was in charge. I went to his office to write my statement. It's called, what's this guy's name? He's actually the one prosecuting me in court right now. Very cool guy.
Right.
Now, when I was writing my statement, you know, they had a fan there. And you know, there are a bunch of papers and everything. So it was taking me through the whole thing,
Right.
you know, yeah. So then I saw a name that reported my case, who was like the complainant.
And it was a musician.
Yes.
Who?
Something Butchie. But that was Kwakesi, you know, let me just say it. That's his name, something Butchie, you know. So I finished my statement, they said they have to lock me up. You know, and I said, in the morning you can't pick me, I don't even chop safe. You know, I ask you all these things, you say, you know, catch me, you can't delay my time for here. They won't put me for sales for work. And then at this time, my wife was there, you know, family members and all that, you know. And I said, I mean, you know, they make sense. If like this thing you tell me, I go bring lawyer. You know, so I called a lawyer friend of mine. Actually, he's my lawyer, you know, at the time. When I started this journey of music, he was the one who drafted my first contract with 5-5. I called him solo. He came to the scene and said he couldn't represent me and that he's now with the police, so he can't do that. So he will recommend somebody. So I said, okay. But I didn't hear of him again. I went through the process and they brought a car. They said they were going to lock me. They were taking me to Nsawam that night. You know, but Simon, that's my prosecutor's name, the CID at the time, said it was late because it was around 8:39. He couldn't go that far, and that he would find a place to put me. You know, then later on. So at that time, now the thing
It hits you.
Say Charlie, and it was all over the place.
How are you feeling?
Hey, I don't know.
Would you say that was the lowest moment of your life?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, but how were you feeling at the time? Can you find the words to describe it?
I don't know. I mean, the thought that came into my head was my daughter.
Right.
You know, so the fact that I'm not.
How old was she at the time?
She was 2 or 3. Or Sika is what? Sika is 13 now, you know, and it was in 2014. I've forgotten. So, so that thought, you know.
You couldn't bring yourself to it.
Yes. You know, so they put me in handcuffs. Then they drove me to the nearest police station. That's Cantonment Police Station.
Right.
When we got there, the commander at the station said the cells were full and that he can't admit me. Then the guy started pleading that, oh, Charlie, late, you know, if you drive, go, you know, he beg. Tomorrow morning he'll change my place, you know, and the guy allowed and they put me in, you know.
So you were there with how many people?
A lot.
How did they receive you?
I
mean, we've seen what happens in the cells and prisons in movies, but...
Yes. Okay, so my cell leader coincidentally called me like last week. Okay. He's called Soldier. He's a military guy, you know. So he had some issues with the military, and they transferred him to military police. Then later on, so when I got in, he's like, "Yo, Charlie, as you come there, you for pay, you know,
you have to pay.
Yes,
to be there.
Yes, you know, they clean the place. I didn't understand. I mean, for me, it wasn't my first time in cells. Oh no. Oh no, none about me. I be a Daraka boy. I go if you want.
You have a reputation.
Exactly. People they speak English. People they talk. You know, we they do the same. But when our hands to they talk. So sometimes when the mouth they fail, their hands.
Then you throw your.
Oh yeah. So I have a lot of assault cases. So I know the system.
You have a lot of assault cases. You go about assaulting people.
Oh, no, be me. It be them go about. They go about the assault me.
And then
I mean verbally assault me.
And then you hit them.
Oh yes, with my.
Why do you have to hit them back? Why can't you just walk away?
I don't know, Charlie. They, you know.
Do you have anger management issues?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
So why don't you just walk away?
You know, I mean, sometimes, you know, when you're on the street, it's different. Okay. I keep saying that all the time. I mean, we're underneath some cooler here, right? And, you know, we all the act, y'all. But when the matter come, let me ask you a question. So if you're driving now, you know, you left here and then somebody hits your car, run into your car.
It has happened to me a number of times.
Yeah, you won't be angry.
No.
You won't be angry.
I don't even get out of the car.
But you park?
No.
You go?
I just drive away.
Wow. I bet scratch a BG.
No, it's not about that. I just don't know what that conversation will yield.
Oh, okay. No, but that's your ass, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's why we pay for insurance.
True. Okay, insurance.
Okay, in English. My guy is not that good.
Okay, sometimes we don't think about the insurance.
Okay, but you would rather get out of the car.
I mean, it's this reflex. Ask anybody. You see, we all grew up differently.
I agree.
So my reflex will tell me,
so your reflex tells you to.
Oh no! You see, before I throw a hand, you will call for the hand. But then you getting both way. Because I don't go about. I'm not like
You don't go about hitting people.
No.
They call for it.
Yes.
But you can also walk away.
Yeah, but maybe you don't have to be boxer. We are no be boxer.
Maybe.
So maybe, you know, so.
You would have done perfect in the
Exactly.
ring.
So back to the story. When I got in, the soldier said, hey, you need to pay. And I'm like, oh, don't worry. They just take my things or, you know. And at the time I was stripping before I was going inside, you know. Usually I don't wear boxers, you know. I'm not the boxer. As I sit here, I know they wear some stuff. You know, recently when I was at the BNI...
You don't wear boxers?
No, for what?
So what do you wear?
I just wear my jeans and I'm on. Or my... If it is a political suit, trouser.
You walk around just like that? You don't wear boxers?
For what? You mean Mama?
What?
I want to be free, you know.
Recently
when I was at the BNI, they had to go and buy boxer shorts for me.
But so you didn't learn any lesson from
Which lesson? No. If I know they wear. Look, did I prepare to look? You know when I was coming here.
You don't prepare to be picked up.
When I was coming here, you know, Nana Kufaru is just here. Yeah. I wanted to use the barrier. Now the police people there, they will be my friends. They will know me. Yeah. They won't say don't let me pass. But when I get there, I will like, oh, Charlie, no more Go bring another matter. You go see by Nima police station. You'll be sitting here and so they have to buy boxes for me.
So they bought you boxes.
Oh yes. I can't mention the man's name.
No, leave his name out.
Yes, the guy who admitted me, perfect gentleman. Yeah? Yeah, they treated.
He bought you a box.
Oh, yeah, they buy fufu self-ad that day. Chop the fufu, that's BNI matter.
This is later.
Yeah, no, later. I mean, I'm speaking.
The
recent one, you know. Got me my fufu from Heavy Do, you know, and some fish. Then I did there the wedge. Then they call from Jubilee House, lock the guy. I mean, you know, boss, no go back him. You know
So
what I'm
you
saying?
just went to bed.
Oh, Charlie.
Were you remorseful? Are you remorseful for the words you uttered on that show?
I mean, what was the meaning of that word?
No, wait. Let me just rest that for a bit.
Okay.
I just to wrap up on the Fennec conversation, and not to make anybody sad this evening. For those very close to Fennec and his family, I mean, we are still with you. Condolences to you for your loss. But just to wrap up on that, so you were in the cooler for a month.
For a month, yeah.
And then you finally came out. The case has been dropped against you?
Yeah, it's been dropped.
Okay.
You know, because they had no evidence. Now, at a point, they were not coming to court. The prosecution wasn't coming to court. They had nothing against me. And I want to say a big thank you to my lawyers at the time. I'm still working with one. Gary Nemako of the MPP.
Oh, Gary. Gary's a top
He's
lawyer.
a fantastic guy.
He's a top lawyer.
You should meet Jerry Agbanafo. You like him too.
Okay, I have him.
He was the one, who made a striking statement on that day I was arraigned in front of the judge, you know,
Right.
and you know, because the whole idea was I was threatening. The same case I get right now, they said they threatened.
Who did you threaten?
At the time, they said I threatened
And you threatened
Fennec, yes.
Fennec.
And
then here you are again.
He's shocking
Threatening
people.
on TV. Why are you going around?
I did not threaten.
You didn't threaten the person. What did you say?
I said, if I pay...
Else?
No, I didn't say else.
Okay.
You no go finish. I didn't say else.
Okay, but when you say you no go finish,
yes.
What do you mean?
So
That's
you
a threat.
It's not.
What is it? What do you think
You see,
it is?
this is what we need to understand, Anna. Sometimes in this town, let's say I say something right
This
now.
was this year, right?
Oh, yes, early this year. That was 11th. I was picked up on 11th. The show was on the 8th.
So he had won his second term.
Yes.
Okay, but it's not as if it was 26. It was in 2020 before we went to the polls.
Yes.
If you had said that he would not finish his term
Yeah.
at the time, maybe he would have made sense that you mean he's not going to win the election.
I
mean, just to create an explanation for you.
So I want to explain, but I cannot.
Yeah, because
I'm
the
in
case
court,
is
yes.
in court. Yeah.
But
are you remorseful?
What is that word? I don't understand.
Do you regret those words from hindsight? Do you feel you could have done better in your choice of words? I mean, because to say that if he doesn't pay them, he will not finish his term. I mean, when I heard it, the hairs on my skin stood up.
When you heard what?
When I heard that this is what you had said.
You see?
Because I didn't listen.
Good.
I didn't
Because it was
listen to-
reported speech.
No, but later I went to watch the interview.
They mess up your mind already.
No,
I'm telling you,
I'm
you
not
will not
stupid.
look at it.
No, I'm not stupid.
No, you will look at it
But
objectively.
Listen to me. I
Yeah.
said that when I heard it, that you had said that, the hairs on my skin just stood up. That
Yeah.
no, you can't. You
You
can't.
get feelings, but
No, but you can't. You can't say that.
why can't I say that?
No, why would you say that?
Listen,
that's
you
a
see,
threat on that.
it is not.
Okay, well,
You-
what
that is-
do
you
you
see-
think it was?
Again, I can't go and
Right, that's
discuss
true.
it.
That's true.
You know, but we all have our mode or ways of communication.
Yeah, but communication. The receiver is as
Who is the
important-
receiver? Who?
Everyone listening to you.
So I'm saying that whoever received it, they received it differently. So they cannot say I threatened nobody. They have no right to say that I said that. They didn't say that. You see, I can say something to you now. I cannot force you to, or can't teach you to understand it. Listen, I believe that, as I said here, if you use a word I don't understand, I'll ask you, oh,
What does it mean?
good. Then you break it down for me so I can understand it. So if I speak and you don't understand it, ask. You know, you don't just go and point fingers and say, I
Right.
did this. Yeah, so nobody has a right to tell me what I said. None, nobody. You know, I'm beginning to feel like that man right now.
Which man?
Charlie, I go walk out of the studio. No, you have to change that. No, won't go there. You know, so I mean, I wish I could talk about this matter, but
I know.
Yeah.
but it's in court,
So
I don't like going to the court. So honestly, I don't want to be charged. For
yeah, so
contempt.
even that question you're asking me remorseful, I can't even answer
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so I'm sure at a later date, when I'm out of court, maybe if you grant me the permission again, we'll be here and talk again
Okay.
about it. Yeah.
But it was about men's gold.
Yes.
Did you invest in men's gold?
Oh yes.
You are close to Nana Appiah,
Yes, I am.
aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
All right.
I
so
have close to 1 million Ghana cedis there.
close to $1 million.
Yes, as I walk, I'm broke.
Okay, and you are telling you think, and it's not just you. People very close to Nana Appiah Mensah seem to think that government owes you and others money. Is that what you think?
That is what I know, not think.
That's what you know.
Yes.
How does government owe you money when you were consistently warned by the Securities and Exchange Commission that it was a dangerous investment you were making? Not once, not twice. Even the finance minister, Ken Oforiatta, had reason to mount a podium to talk about it. That do not invest. They don't have the license to trade in gold. You heard this all of this while.
What's the meaning of that?
Meaning of what?
What
When
the
you
government
don't
was saying?
When you don't have a license, you don't have a license.
No, I'm saying that you said we were consistently warned.
Yeah.
So this men's gold customers or the fraternity that saves with them. I mean, what does that mean if government is warning you? Listen, when
Government is warning you to stop.
Stop what?
To stop the investment, or you do it at your risk.
Okay, so when you say at my risk, what does it mean? What does it mean?
But you are very much aware of the repercussions of your investment. You are very much aware.
No, you see, maybe I'm not asking you the right question, so you can't get the right answer. If somebody warns you about somebody, if I tell you the gentleman beside you, watch yourself.
Isaac, cool.
Okay, Isaac. Watch yourself with Isaac. Watch yourself with Isaac. Watch yourself with Isaac. Me, my small mind, they tell me, say, Isaac, go do you something. Are they lie? If I'm telling you that that's what you should get, that Isaac is bad for you. Isaac will hurt you. So beware of Isaac.
Right.
Beware of Isaac. Good. Then me, that I came to tell you beware of Isaac, I come and hurt you. Does it make sense to you? When the government was speaking, they should have added that we will close the place down. So go and take your money.
Oh, so you wanted to be told to go and take
No,
your
you
money.
don't get it. It's not like I wanted to be told. I'm saying that if you are warning us against a scheme and you are telling us the scheme is a scam, is whatever, tell us that you will shut it down. Tell us that. When you tell us that, it's different. But you don't warn us against a scheme. We are glad for the warning, but the idea, no man's
try
going
to withdraw your money.
No, I mean, my accounts were in separate whatever, so it will be difficult. Plus, I did not see the government coming to shut it down. I didn't see that. Now, let's just say Nana Appiah is a scammer, like everybody's trying to say. Nana Appiah is not. Let's just say men's gold is a scam. You know, it's a pyramid scheme or whatever you want to call it. Yeah? I personally, let me speak for me. I knew that even if men's gold folds up, and they run with my money, my boss is Nana Appiah, so I'll find him and take my money when they decide to run, because there have been schemes. Because if you want to go back into history, all they were trying to say was that there's been schemes like that came to scam, blah 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 blah. So they are telling us that, hey, men's gold, they no get license, so they go free run with your money. That's the understanding. Yeah, so now you hit us with like a full sponge. We didn't even see the sucker punch. We didn't see it coming. That's my problem.
So let me
and sorry, just to add on. Listen, if the government is supposed to be a parent, we are the kids. So if I'm asking,
the parents warned you.
so did the parents say that? So you see, when you keep saying the warning, what warning? That they come shut the thing down.
No.
But the thing will run.
Like
the people go run, right?
That you had to be very careful.
Good.
Because it was a dangerous investment you were making.
Truth. So it means for
Were
me.
you aware from the beginning that it was a dangerous
It
investment?
is not, and still not. I'm telling you, it is not. It is not. How is it? If it was, yeah, if it was, I mean, why?
Why wasn't it? Because we were made to believe.
By whom? The government.
Everyone who warned. It wasn't just government.
It
wasn't just government.
No, it is government.
You had financial observers. You had financial analysts.
Mention their names. These are people affiliated with the government.
No.
Oh, mention one. Mention one.
No, you cannot associate people. You know.
We know their lineage. We know their lineage. We know it. We know these people. All the people that were speaking. We know them.
They consistently said that it was a scam, but you didn't read between the lines. You didn't.
But
see
so
that
who
as a
scammed
scam.
us now? No. Let's go. Let's say all you're saying is the truth.
So where's your money?
That's what I'm asking Nana Akufo-Addo.
You think Nana Akufo-Addo should pay you?
You know me come shut the thing down. So who for pay me?
So, but where is the money? Who did you invest with?
You see, I invested with men's gold.
Right.
Yeah. Men's Gold did not up and close their shops, did they? I'm asking you a question. Answer it. Did they up and close their shops?
I'm not here to answer questions.
No, but
clearly
we're having a conversation, and I'm talking about realistics. Did they up and close the shops? No, they did not run. Did they? Somebody can run them down. So the person who can run them down, yeah, maybe I have a small mind. And I was saying the last time that, listen, I think if that was the case, they could have worked with Men's Gold, because Men's Gold had or has a lot of customers. So what, 1,000, 2,000. Yeah. How do we get into the space? Make sure you pay off these people, then we shut you down because you don't have a license. I'm saying, think about the people. Do you know that this matter with the talk? Some of us are strong. That's why we're still here.
No, I know people who have died.
Yes, others.
I know people.
Those who they die, it's good for them. Death is good. Don't let anybody lie to you. Death is the best. That's where we're going. All of us. That's where we're going. But the ones sitting down and pissing on themselves, easy on. There's no stroke. Somebody's yeah.
Oh, people have suffered stroke.
Yo, you're not listening to the news.
I am.
Yeah, so for me, death. If me a day here right now, no say God they wait
so
for
me.
So
what
has
kept you going? I mean, you
my
say
kids.
that you invested $1 million.
Yes.
$1 million CDs in
yes. There. My kids. I have 4 kids, 3 beautiful girls and a handsome son. They keep me going. You understand? So I'm saying that anybody who wants to do anything, at least they need to think about the people. So if we're asking that, Charlie, the way you surprise us like that and pay. Hey, this one be matter. And everybody keeps, when you speak to people, they speak some English as if you they no get brain. Meanwhile, that be English.
Wait, are you part of the Association of Men's Gold
No, I'm not.
Investors?
I'm not. I was asked this question at the BNI. I'm not. He said. Okay. I said no, and I'm not. I'm just a customer. And
you want your money back.
Yes, and everybody else wants the same. You see, Nana, I mean, do you know that just 2-3 days ago, a policeman was attacked and killed. They were chasing a bullion van. I mean, why would people do that? Crime is on the increase. I keep praying to God that, Charlie, some of us, as we deal with the hustle, maybe when these people meet us, they go tell us, boss, we go. Because we know them, some of them. When I say we know them, nobody say,
I know what you mean.
Street, but I won't share a crow.
It's no reason to kill anybody.
I know that. I'm not, So, condolences to the family. But I'm saying that these things are on the rise.
But what do you think about the state of security? I mean, you just answered that.
It's sad.
It's on the rise.
Well, yes. I don't know if I say we're sitting on a time bomb, those I'm threatening the whole nation. But, look, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. And
did you listen to the IGP
today? His
recent statement on crime. Go on. I'll just pull it up for you because I want to read it verbatim.
So I think that anybody asking government to pay their monies at Men's Gold will be in their rights to do so because government came to shut it down, whether we were risking our lives or our monies. And the sad part of it is somebody like the finance minister, who we put in office, where would they pay in bills for him? They tell us, say we be greedy. I don't understand that word. Do you know what greed means? Please read it to everybody to understand.
Greed? I mean, is there a second meaning?
No, I don't understand. Maybe somebody.
What's your understanding of greed? What?
When he bread here.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I have my money. It's not like I'm stealing. I have my money. I want to double my money by putting it somewhere in an investment. You say I'm greedy for what? Don't they do all the time? The broker deal for Ghana, they collect in 3%. In now in company. What is he? What is he? At his age, what is he? Me, I'm a young man. I'm hoping that I'll be here again.
How old are you?
I'm 43.
The way you hesitated. Is that your full boy?
Oh, yeah. I'm a 78 born. Okay. I'm hoping I'll be here for the next 30 years.
Right.
And I keep saying that if anybody at my age is greedy, they're just protecting, the years ahead. But these people, they grow over 60. Charlie, I'm a tower. Are they here to live for 100?
Let me read exactly what the IGP said. We are doing what we can to protect the people of Ghana. There is no society in the world where there is no crime. Even in the USA, the UK, and Sweden, where they more or less have everything, they still have crime. The only place that doesn't have crime is heaven. We are not in heaven.
Wow. Did he say that?
Yeah.
I was agreeing with him until he spoke about heaven. I don't know if he's been there. Has he been there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We should call him. These are questions we should be asking them.
If he's been to heaven.
Yeah, and people like that, in society should not be speaking like that.
Has he lied?
Lied about what?
Where's the lie in there?
Have you been to heaven?
There's crime everywhere.
I didn't say, you see?
Yeah. We were agreeing to
yes.
Well, our idea of heaven suggests it's peace, eternal peace.
That's somebody's idea.
Well, so it's our idea.
Yeah, but it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's the truth, because there's nobody who's gone and come back. Even Jesus, that they say he died 3 days and came back, didn't come to tell us about heaven. How is that IGP telling?
Are you a follower of Jesus?
No, I'm not a follower of Jesus. I believe there's a higher spirit. You want to call it God. I call it God too. But I call my Kofi God, because I'm a Friday born.
But you don't believe in his son, Jesus Christ.
His son.
Yeah.
I'm his son too.
The one who died
who
to save us.
How? For where?
To save all of us.
For where? For where? We died for why? Why do you know all these things? Because somebody write them and they read them.
So you don't believe in the word, in the you don't believe the stories, the write-ups. You don't believe them.
Not be everything they believe. The ones where I defy understand. Now this is I think the best way to live is to say I don't know. Then
ignorance.
Yes.
Is not bliss.
Yeah, but that's when you can learn. Because really, we don't know everything. So for somebody to come and tell us the only place, I don't know, say there be IGP for heaven. Maybe be IGP for heaven before, so then
do you believe in heaven?
I believe we're in heaven now. We're having a chat. We're cool.
Do you believe that when you die, there is judgment? I mean, there will be judgment. Some people will go to hell. Others will
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
How? Listen, how do I commit a crime in flesh? Then go and pay in spirit. They make sense. Me if I go ball God. Listen, me, if there's a heaven and we get to heaven like this and you're asking the judgment day, and God say, oh, Charlie Boo, the way you did there, you for go hell. I go down and say, you safe.
You say that to God.
Yes.
Hey, you safe.
Yeah, hey, you safe. Listen, me, I go school small, I don't go school plenty, yeah? At the time, they said they had 9 planets, right? Now we have plenty.
No, we have a lot now.
Good. First, you know what they do? My very eyes will what something. My Mercury, Jupiter, something. Listen, I ask God that Earth is actually the 3rd planet, right? Earth being that's been, when he decides to go sack Satan from heaven, Earth being that's been, why not take him go Pluto? Huh? Why not take him go Pluto? They come, I say, Bossu, relax more. Tommy, which heaven go hell? Best call Akatwe. You know Akatwe?
No.
Akatwe is.
What's that? Alikoto?
No, somebody who Naswedin.
Okay.
So there's a story.
What did that associated with Alikoto? Anyway.
Alikoto is the
okay.
So they said the guy died and went to heaven. They say, no, Charlie, the way he did, no, I no go feed there, so if I go hell. And when you get to hell, no, they say like you go chop 30 lashes. So you reach hell, no, Satan make the whole lamb down. Wait, 30
lashes.
He finished and say, make the whole Satan down. Wait, the people too hold it. Wait, ship the person, Satan, 30 lashes. Wait, Satan say, no, you no go feed there here. Go and form your own. So when you get your own side, they call the Akatwe. So maybe be there, we go. But God, they no go come tell us anything. Trust me. There's nothing like that we are dying, and we are going to be where? Oh no. Do you know the people that have died are more than the ones living now? Do you know that?
No, I don't know.
Oh, but that's a fact. I mean, if the world is what, almost 6 billion.
Over 7.
Good. Look at the people where they died from that time. We will be how many for here now? So they were arranged from some great hall. Then God gets some long beard. Boo!
Are you a Christian?
I am. I was born one. I mean, I was given.
Your English name is Lawrence.
Yes.
Okay.
I took that actually upon myself. I wasn't given a Christian name at birth, but an uncle of mine was named Lawrence. So I don't know. When I was going to school, Nane Samahans is my name. So
okay.
I was wondering, why don't I have all the Jacobs and my dad is Jacob.
You borrowed.
Yes. So
Lawrence.
I picked up Lawrence and now sworn an affidavit. And made.
But are you religious or spiritual?
I'm spiritual. Because I believe religion is like
it's
politics. They mess with us. They mess with us. I'm hoping I have a lot of Muslim friends. Yeah.
Have you considered converting?
No, but I want to say something now, and I'm hoping I won't offend them. 2 days ago, I was with my guy Zeal of VVIP, and he was trying to call.
How is he?
He's fine.
Oh, nice.
He's fine. And yesterday I was with Prodigal. These are my
top guys.
Yes.
Top guys. Yeah.
You know, so Zeal called somebody, and I think he wanted the person to do stuff for them, and the person was in the washroom. You know. And then I think when he finished, he hanged up, and they were in the presence of his cousin and a few, and they started saying some stuff. And I said, Charlie, you know, I understand the house is small, but not. I said, Charlie, break it down. He said, so if you are in the toilet, you know, go fit talk. I said, yeah, for where? They say he did them religions. I say, how is that one too? Maybe they talk every morning. That'd be why I take my business course. You know, I feel cool there. So how is that a sin? You know, how is that one going to do?
Do they consider it a sin?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Okay. You know, I beg, I mean, anybody can. But that's what they said. All right. So me, I don't want to do religion.
Religion,
yes.
You're more spiritual.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me.
Okay.
You know, I think I need to treat you kindly.
So Easter, you don't observe Easter, the death of Christ.
Charlie.
The birth of Christ. December.
All the Easters are there.
And so you enjoy Easter?
No. I mean,
you work?
Yes.
Okay, and then the birth of Christ? Christmas?
Charlie, as everybody.
Still you're working.
Obi say, yeah, celebrate it. So we there and we work. But say they go, no, I'm not. You know, I go to church at Ethereum Mission.
Oh, okay, you're an Ethereum.
Yeah, Ethereum, okay. Yes. My pastor is Isaac, Ishmael Tete, one of the brilliant minds.
Yeah. And I've heard him before. He's quite deep.
Hey!
Yeah.
I beg you, I will call me to bring him on the show.
Have you met Ajaguraja?
I've seen him, no, I've not met him.
Okay.
I've not met him.
Yeah. He's spiritual too.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have a drink or two.
With him, yeah, it won't be bad, you know, because
we can connect spiritually.
Exactly. Look, this is a spirit world, whether you like it or not. Most of the things that you do, it comes from within before it comes without. While you're looking nice and shepherd, you know, it be inside. You wake up in the morning, you feel like I want to wear red.
Do you believe in inner beauty? Inner beauty, outer beauty, where do you stand?
Charlie, it's in there if you see you know. You know, when you see the thing. I believe in both, but you know, the outer beauty attracts you. Then now you go and find out the inner beauty. So if the outer beauty be some way.
But do you think there is such thing as an ugly human being?
No.
Right.
No, I don't believe that. We're all different people, and we're made different. I was having a conversation with somebody.
What's your spec of women?
I don't know, but I like slim women. You know, my wife made me like slim women because she's slim.
Before then, you didn't like slim women.
I don't know, because I was little at the time. You know, when I started going out with my wife, when I say little, Charlie, what are they talking about?
At what age did you start dating? No. At what age did you have sex?
Sex, dear. Which matter you won't give me for here? My kids are listening.
It's a simple question.
Oh, like
12?
Thereabouts.
What? With who? An adult?
No.
With a 12-year-old? No, don't say it. If it was a minor, don't say it.
No, it wasn't a minor.
Okay.
No, it was it?
It can be a minor.
I mean, 12, am I a minor at the time?
Yes, of course, at 12 you're a minor.
Okay, I grow past the person, so, you know. But,
you were older than the person?
Charlie, which
No.
You see, I was warned when I was coming onto this show not to say some things. Why you don't?
No, I don't even want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you, at 12...
Okay, so you know when we're going away.
What exactly were you so interested in to experiment? Why?
No, you see,
at 12, you should be learning.
Good. I like what you're saying, but let's be honest with ourselves. Yeah, we all have been there, and where I've been at 12. Yes.
At 12.
Yes.
No,
So let me try and explain.
Why are you there at 12?
Did you?
Were you there?
You see, they'll say, yeah.
You look guilty.
You see, listen. We had Mama Ni Dada. Do you hear that?
Ma Mini Papa. I heard of it.
So that's what I'm talking about.
I didn't play Ma Mini Papa.
I don't know where you grow up be different. Where I grow up be different. So, but I'm saying Ma Mini Papa. Everybody knows it at this age.
I was playing hopscotch.
You see, these are the people where Charlie things they be for them. We hustlers. You know what I'm saying? You know, so Yeah, I mean, I would say I don't know if I had sex or we fondled. I don't know what we did at the time.
But you didn't have sex. I mean,
I don't believe that. I don't think so. I don't think.
Thank God. This is where as a
I don't think I have.
do the sign of the cross.
Yeah, I don't think I have. I've had an abnakoko, episode. Because Sissy said she had sex at 5 or 6 or one of them. I watched her.
Okay.
So at that time, you could be bad.
So at what age did you have sex?
When I broke my virginity, 15, 16. Yeah.
With an adult?
Oh, yeah.
There've been stories.
The person grew past me small. Yeah, no big deal.
I mean, I've heard stories of boys who claim that they were
raped or abused.
I mean, if you're young, you were defiled by adults. Adults at the same age as their mothers, mates, and others. Did you ever experience that?
Oh, no.
You didn't have a maid?
No. Okay. Which maid? We be made for house. Go half in. Hey, Charlie, we will not get that easy. Okay. Which maid? No. You now, I be, and I grew up without my father at home.
Right.
So my mom.
Where was he? Was he an absentee father?
What's that? What's the meaning of that? He wasn't home.
He wasn't in your life.
Oh, occasionally,
He popped
yes,
up. Okay.
because they had issues, so he wasn't at home all the time.
Okay.
So my mom took on the mantle,
right, and
she played dad and mom. And the woman be Charlie.
Solid woman.
Hi, he go beat you, because they hear. My mom.
She used to beat you up?
Yeah. I feel it, because.
Did she chase you around?
All the time. And there was a point.
You've always been stubborn.
Yes, I was just naked, I mean, yeah. The thing is, the woman, they allow you to eat outside, chef. He says that when you
have to eat at home.
Yes, it means you won't disgrace something. They cook for house. So if you buy stuff, bring it home.
Right.
You don't have training, So the woman she was so strict,
She disciplined.
Yes. Even when we were like, I'm here now, she still wants to tell you what to do. Beautiful woman, Charlie.
All right. Let's take a break. I'm talking to BullDog. Why do you call yourself BullDog?
Now it's Bull God.
Bull God?
Yes, that's my daughter right there, Adom. She calls me that,
Bull God?
Yes.
A God with a small G?
Oh, no, a big G.
How?
Why? I mean, if God created us in his own image, what are we?
You cannot be the same as God.
Why can't we? We're representatives of the guy here.
He's the Almighty.
Who says I'm the Almighty? I didn't say that. I said I'm God. You
With a
are
small
God
G.
too.
No. A goddess with a small G.
No, it doesn't really matter.
It does.
No, me, my own be capital G.
Let's take a break. We'll come back and talk to BullDog after this break. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll come back and continue the conversation.
Bringing you the true definition of contemporary radio. This is Star 103.5 FM.
Hey, Ama, Missy Ne, boy be a Missiano. Real deal, package and casa. Tall, dark, pink lips, muscular with 6 packs. Handsome, with designer clothes and shoes, baby. Girl, he wasn't playing at all. Hey, that? I was eyeing him the whole time. Sonia Mitchell, I strategically positioned myself in front of him. And then he opened his mouth and said hello. Oh, we're ready. Hey, slow.
Don't let this happen to you. Use the new Blue Close-Up Cool Breeze toothpaste. It comes with a new minty flavor for long-lasting fresh breath. Stay fresh with Cool Breeze, because blue is the new cool. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Star.
Come share drinks with me in the club tonight. Tonight is your night, pretty woman. We'll be chilling on the VIP.
Welcome back. I'm talking to BullDog. Bull God. Yeah, Bull God. You call yourself.
Yes.
All right. So, where did the name BullDog come from?
Okay, so I used to train. Gym.
Okay.
So I had a group of people, group of guys that would train together, and they said my physique looked like there was this wrestler at the time, British BullDog.
Okay.
Yeah, so we picked it up from there, and
and then you took it.
Yeah, it stuck, and when
the BullDog is an ugly dog. It has this folded face. No.
Okay, so earlier, you asked me whether.
Well, not ugly.
You see, I was taking you there. Yeah.
Not ugly, but not easy on the eye.
Good.
Scary.
Good. I mean, that's how they're made.
Is that how you want to be seen? Scary?
Nope. I want you to take away what you see when you meet me.
Okay.
You understand?
Why do people think you're a chauvinist?
What's that word? The man with the feel say woman or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
How many wives do you have?
Just one.
Do you have side chicks?
No.
You don't have a side chick?
No.
You've never had a side chick?
No.
You've never cheated on your wife?
Yes,
you have.
No, I want to think.
You hesitated.
I want to think.
Okay, think.
I want to think. Yes.
How many times? Often? Quite often? Or rarely?
Oh, often, quite often, rarely.
Yeah.
Let me think a lot. Rarely.
Your lies are It can't be rarely. I don't like the conflict.
Oh.
The conflict was so low.
Oh, no, rarely.
Has she caught you before?
Charlie,
Yeah.
I believe all the women, this one to go tell matter, but women should be in the intelligence business. As in CID, you people get that thing.
Yeah.
You're very inquisitive.
Yeah.
So sometimes you did there, I don't know, then you go pick phone. Say you go catch me and somebody, but you go pick phone, follow the trail. Then
you don't delete your messages.
Charlie, man, they think plenty. Which delete? I have to.
But if you're thinking plenty, why are you making time for another woman?
Oh.
But, I mean, let me ask you, why do you feel the need to cheat? You have a beautiful wife who gives you everything. Why are you cheating?
I don't know.
You can't control yourself?
I don't know. I think it's inbuilt with everybody.
With everybody?
Yeah, with all men, yes.
Yeah?
Yes, that's what I believe. And it's not the best of things to do. I'm not proud of it. I'm not ashamed of it.
Would you ever do it again?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, but if you're ashamed, then you should say that I won't do it again.
I mean, you see,
because it brought me shame.
Yes, but I don't know. The reason why I'm saying I don't know is I don't know if I'm going to make it out of here alive, right?
You will.
I will, eh?
Yeah.
I like that confidence, but I don't know. True.
If you cheat on your wife again?
I hope I won't. Because that's the mindset.
What would make you cheat? Why would a man cheat on his wife?
Plenty things.
Such as?
Sometimes adventure, one goes, say somebody they scream better than some. Jimmy, some things. Men fool like that, So, so I don't know, but we've not really found the answer to the question.
Why men cheat?
Yes, we don't. I think it would be a good research topic for all of us to do, but
women cheat too.
I know.
On their husbands.
Exactly. So
what's good for the goose is best for the gander.
I like that. I mean, we're hoping that doesn't happen.
A woman cheating on her husband.
Yes.
But why wouldn't that happen? Why are you hoping it won't happen? If men are doing it to the women, why can't the women do it to the men?
Men, we want our feelings be high past women. The thing they pain us.
So you cheated on your wife a couple of times, maybe more than just a couple. She forgave you. She's still with you. Why not to have more babies with you? She forgave you. Would you do same for her?
Yes, I will.
If she cheated on you?
Yeah, I've always said this. Yeah, if my wife cheated on me, and I caught her, we will solve the matter and continue. Yes. What I will not understand, and for me, every man shouldn't understand that, is somebody takes your girl away from you. That one, then be man.
No one has taken your girl away from you.
Oh, how?
No one can take your girl.
Oh, how? Unless she's not mine.
You will let her go.
Yes, but once she's mine, I mean, look.
How do you know she's yours?
Okay, so I've been with my wife for 21 years. She's mine.
Right. Yeah.
We started going out when she was 16. I was 20 at the time. We're here with 4 babies. You know what I'm saying? So nobody could fit take come from me. It's death do us apart.
Right. And no one can take you away from her.
Exactly.
Okay.
Maybe you know, and she.
Maybe what?
No, I'm saying me, I go fool, but it for no be so. You know,
no, wait, hold on. You can go and fool.
Yes.
But she shouldn't do that.
No, she has told herself she won't do that. Yes.
Okay.
Because of her personality.
Her principles.
Yes, and her kids. She has 3 girls to raise, so she needs to, you know what I'm saying?
Focus.
Yeah. I'm hoping you don't cut these things. And, you know, my son, he is on way, very
How old
emotional.
Is your son?
He should be 7.
Oh.
He will call me tomorrow and say, Daddy, what were you saying? You don't go understand. But maybe when he reaches.
But you have to explain it to him.
Yeah.
He's 7.
But when he reach my
what
age.
What are your thoughts on LGBTQ?
I think it's disgusting.
Why?
You know, we were not brought up like that. You know, we were not. So it's based, you know, all we
have. What do you mean we were not brought up like that? I mean, it's been there for how many?
Good, but you meet it somewhere. I mean, you did not, see men sleeping with each other or women sleeping with each other when you were very little. But you meet it at a point. So I'm saying that, you know, we're filled up with memories as human beings. Like we're like a hard drive. So you go back and see whether you've seen it. So sometimes, you know, once you've not been exposed to that.
But you've never seen a man on a man or a woman on a woman. Have you seen it?
No,
so not growing
up. Not growing up, but recently I've seen it.
Okay.
You know, and
where did you see it?
I mean, on social media and some groups.
Why are you watching it?
Why am I watching it?
Yeah,
no,
why?
I mean, you are in a group and somebody drops in that stuff.
No warning.
No. Okay. You know, and especially when this whole thing came up. I mean, we've heard it before, but we've not really seen it because where are you going to see it? You know, I say it's disgusting because of my taste, just my taste. You know, I believe that the woman they be, you know, the thing they be, you get some nice things, you know, when you enter, some cushion, you know, but I know sure say that same warmth good day the back there.
Why are you even thinking about it for any man who's gay?
I don't know, because I the thing say the place go hard because me my own heart.
You know, LGBTQ plus is not just about sex. It's not just about sex.
What is it?
There are people who are pansexual. There are people who are asexual.
What is that?
There are people who are binary.
Hey, you need to explain all that to me because there's a lot of English. You know, because I know
there are some people who just don't want to have sex.
Okay, so I'm hanging out with Isaac, right?
They don't want
and we don't want to have sex.
No, they don't want to have sex. There are people who don't identify as either male or female. They are binary.
Hey.
Yeah.
But my question is, I mean, truly, do you believe all that, or you are just saying it?
Sorry?
Do you just believe?
I'm not just saying it.
So you believe that somebody, me, as I say, I know they identify as man, so I be woman. I don't know.
I will respect you for that.
No, I will not say I will disrespect anybody for that. I will not disrespect anybody in that. I'm just saying, to me, it's disgusting. It doesn't mean I will not eat with them. I won't have a conversation. I won't work in the same space with them.
You are not homophobic. You are not homophobic, are you?
You understand? So we'll go there in the same space, thrive, do whatever we have to do. But I'm just saying, to think of it, you know, I mean, in my mind, that I'm doing a guy. I mean, this guy get mustache, he get beard, how they kiss himself, you know, the erection, puba.
Well, that's you. It's okay. There.
Boys there, where they like boys, I beg. Maybe that's me. I'm just the only guy here, am I? But you are saying that's me. My boys there, I beg, you go. You see? So everybody, they like me, right?
They know what will follow. So even if they were, they won't say it. They won't say. So those are your thoughts on LGBT?
Yes. I think the act, so
that's what I mentioned to you, that it's not just sex. So don't just think about the act.
Okay, then the others, I don't know, companionship. They go to work, they go to work.
There are different types. There are queer people. There are different types.
I think we're brought here to reproduce, right? And I mean, how do you do that? How do you reproduce?
You mean procreation?
Yes.
It's not everyone who wants to produce, who wants to have kids.
Okay, so they just want like
what? What's that? No, don't say that on. This is radio.
I've not defined the English word.
I disclaimer. I mean, that has been expunged from the conversation.
So how do I say that in English?
I don't.
They go chop them ass.
No, stop it.
I don't know which one. I go.
Stop it.
But you get you have the vocabs. Tell me so I say it. Like.
I am telling you that it is not just about sex. It is not just about sex.
Okay, there'll be a thrust. Let me try and get your words. There'll be a thrust into the backside.
Anal sex.
Okay.
Do you have anal? Do you have anal sex with women? With women?
No, I've not had the pleasure.
Pleasure? You think?
Yes, I mean.
You've not had the pleasure.
Yes, I've not. So I've not done it.
Okay. Is this something you're gonna try?
I don't know.
Okay. You're such a funny character.
Have you had it?
No.
This is something you're going to try?
Never.
So are you discriminating against the people who are doing that?
No, I'm not discriminating.
So why are you saying never? Like the never is too...
I will not do it, yeah.
Why won't you do it?
I won't do it.
Why won't you do it?
Because I don't want to. Okay. It's the same way you should respect those who want to do it.
Okay. Yeah,
but that's neither here nor there. But I'm saying that the LGBTQ is not just about sex.
Okay.
So you need
I'm ignorant about the whole thing, so I need education.
Maybe you need to read more about
it. Exactly. But I'll try and read about finance and how to make my life better than go there. You know.
Well, so that when you're having conversations, it will go beyond just sex. Just what you think they're doing in the bedroom.
If it wasn't for you, why am I going to have that conversation? LGBT plus. Then they say there's a minus too. The plus, minus, then some question mark and...
It is not true.
Okay.
It is not true.
That's what I heard. Apostrophe and things, you see.
Fifi, keep quiet. By the way, that's Fifi, our social media guy.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, fix the country. What's there to fix?
A lot.
You think?
Yes, a lot.
You don't think we should fix ourselves?
We need to fix ourselves too, but I mean, it starts with leadership, you know.
Who puts the leader there? The leaders, the people we elect, are just a reflection of society. You put them.
I won't argue with that. So, whatever my take on that when it started, I wrote on Facebook. I say, shut up. You're just getting exactly what you voted for.
Right.
Yes. So it goes to buttress your point by we put them there. You see, fortunately for them, they have an expiry date. The least they can do is 8 years. You know, so they'll go. But I believe that when we start as a nation or as a people, voting just like the Lejekuku, I don't know, is this Lejekuku?
Krowa.
Yes.
Lejekuku constitution, where they just change it after everything.
People will sit up. The first day they enter into office, they'll work. But we don't do that. But we're going to get there, where people will not give governments any chance to mess up again.
Right.
And I'm just hoping for that day.
Do you think government has messed, not just one, successive governments have messed up this country?
Yes. You know, I believe life is a baton. So the race I'm going to run, if I run a good race and I hand the baton to posterity, they'll do a better job.
Have you considered running for office? Have you
no.
considered going into politics?
No, I have not. I've not. I believe I will do better with the people than in politics. You know, in politics, you become, if you're not careful, you become an ass kisser. You have to follow orders, and
you need to catch the eye.
Exactly, you know, and I have a disease of saying it as it is. You know, so I don't know if whoever who put me in that office would, you know, want to hear it as it is. You know, so I don't know, but you never know. You know, but I believe that we need more people in that space who will be vocal.
So go into it. You're vocal. You could make the difference.
Definitely.
Maybe represents the Adabraka area.
Yes, definitely. My MP is doing well. I mean, JJ's daughter. She's
Zenato.
doing. She's my friend too. She's doing well. You know, so let's see. We don't know what the future holds. So
if you were to do that, would you run on the ticket of the NDC or NPP?
As it stands now, I cannot run on MPP, Charlie. They lie too much.
Did they lie to you?
National, non-performing party.
NPP.
Yes.
That's what you call them.
Yes.
Non-performing party.
Yes.
Why?
You see, I mean, true, but are they performing?
Aren't they?
What are they doing?
Don't you see the gains?
Which gains?
I'm asking you.
Which gains? I don't know.
You don't see free SHS.
Oh, please. How is it going? And you see,
people are benefiting. People who hitherto
a lot of people, a lot of groups have called on government to abandon it because it's not working right. You know.
Well, it's experienced teething problems, just like any new policy.
So that's why you need to step into it, bit by bit, progressive. You don't just up and down.
Also, you're for the progressive.
Yes, you know, and I mean the government before this one started that. You don't get into a space just anyhow. You kakra, because there will be a lot of problems you need. You know.
So you think the free SHS is a failure?
It is. Flat.
Despite the number of kids who have benefited, number of pupils who have benefited from this.
What did they benefit? What?
Free education. They went to school 3 years.
What is the quality? What is the quality of the education they got?
Well, that's another question, but I think the quality has been great. Yes, there were problems, overcrowding, all of that, but the quality is still there.
You're just being politically correct.
No, I'm not.
No, I mean, listen, there are issues on the ground.
How about planting for food?
I think that initiative is a good one.
Okay. So there's something great.
Yeah, but we've been planting for food. You know, the thing with this administration is the tax. You know, the last time I had the vice president said we can buy wache with some code. Like, you know,
digitalization. Don't you, when you travel, you BullDog, you travel. When you travel, do you always use cash?
Yes, I always do.
You always do, because you're stuck in your ways. You don't like to change. You could use your Visa card. You could have your wallet on your phone, on iPhone, Apple Pay. You could have all of that.
But all these things that you're saying, yes, if we had it here, it will work.
That's what they're trying to do.
But they're not going about it right.
Don't you use mobile money?
No, I don't have it.
You don't have mobile money.
No.
You don't have mobile money because you don't want people to be texting you to say, send me mobile, send me Momo.
Why would you say that? Or why would you think like that?
I know.
No, I'm not technically or technologically
inclined.
Yeah, savvy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm
You're not savvy.
Yeah, like that. No.
You're not tech savvy.
No. Yeah, so I like my hard Charlie. I am watching 30, 40, than to text.
You should embrace change.
I will. I mean, it's gradual. We are all different. You know, we can't rush into it. But let's be honest.
But that's why we should be happy that the vice president is leading that charge to digitize the economy.
You see, the intentions. You see, if you look all that they've said on paper, it's sweet. It makes sense.
But the execution is not sweet.
Yeah, look at what is happening. Listen. So I look. This is somebody and I still respect. It's not that I've lost respect
for. The
vice?
No,
the communication minister.
Ursula.
No, sorry. What's
information?
Information. Good information. Now, this is somebody who sat on one platform and said, "You're not paying." So I think he said, "Oh, why are you?" The presenter asked him, "Why are you asking us to pay for stuff that you've given us for free?"
The free water and the free electricity last year.
Yes. Then he says it's free for you. It's not free for the treasury. I don't understand that. What does that mean? When you've given people stuff, then you say
at the time
to
lessen the pain.
Good.
Yeah.
So why did you call it free? Why won't you say that is a loan? Because you never pay later. Don't you think it will be sensible?
Are you Ga?
I'm half Ga, half Chi. But everybody likes speaking Chi. You know, my Chi is bad. You see, good. My Chi gets me into trouble. Like I said, Obedjani on you anytime. But it's a slang. And then somebody picks it up. So I like to speak my Ga.
You speak your Ga and then you walk away.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, I understand Ga. I can speak Ga, but I don't like speaking Ga with people who are very good with the Ga language. It intimidates me.
Oh, why?
So then my Ga is unable to flow.
Same with me, with the Chi.
Right.
So when I'm in the space of Chi.
Well, I don't speak Chi. I'm a Fanti.
Fanti,
I'm Fanti and ever.
I never knew you were ever.
Oh, my mom is Ever.
Oh, wow.
My Ever name is Mawena.
Wow.
Yeah.
That explains your beauty. Oh, yeah.
Oh, flattery will not get you anywhere.
Oh, no, it's true.
Okay, thank you.
Ever girls are,
Is your wife Ever?
Yes, she's half and half Ada.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I want us to spend the next few minutes talking about your industry, the music industry. Is it getting better? Holistically.
Good. So yes and no.
No first.
Okay, no, because we're not making any meaningful gains, as in financial gains.
Why?
Because of structures. We're not structured right. I keep saying that I don't understand why a carpenter will build a box and make money, but a musician will sing and will not make it. The watch seller will sell their watch, make their money. Musician will do a video, they won't make money. So until we able to answer some of these questions, we're not in the right space. Musicians.
Why aren't we winning Grammys?
Again, it's structure.
Okay.
Look.
But who should put that structure in place?
Leadership.
Of
the country, not our space. Listen, if we sit here and say we talk about planting for food and jobs, where will you attribute that tag to? Where? Which ministry?
Agric.
Good. So what?
There's a creative arts ministry.
Yeah. So what's the tag with that?
Which one?
What's the tag with the creative ministry? What is the tag?
You mean what? What should we do? One record label for every musician? Or
You see, if the president can spend so much money and go and rent a plane that he needs to bath in the plane, and go and beg for debt forgiveness, while doing that, when he said that we have money here, and they say
he didn't say that.
Good. So then he says Ghana beyond aid. I don't understand it. Then we'll go.
At some point, we don't have to borrow.
At some point, not this term. Okay.
So he's putting the structures in place to ensure that in the nearest future.
I don't know. Are you the spokesperson?
I'm not the spokesperson.
So why
I'm just explaining.
No, you can't.
What it means
because he needs to explain that.
No, he said it so many times.
No, he's not said it so many times. No, he said Ghana will do without aid.
He never said that.
We no go. We get money for here.
Today I'm saying Ghana before aid.
So they speak for the future.
So he's putting the structures in place.
What structure is he doing? By borrowing.
It is an aspiration.
Oh, I like that.
It is an aspiration.
Oh, so he's a pastor
but
now.
What is life without aspiration?
Oh, so that's what he is.
But
it's like
you aspire.
What's the people that those guys will speak on? Don't sleep 24 hours. You know, go make money. Oh.
Motivational speaker.
Good. That's what he is.
Motivational speaker. He's a leader.
You are just calling him that. No, that's what you're saying.
He's not the motivation. What is wrong with aspirations? Don't you have aspirations?
Listen, I mean, we didn't put them there, or we don't put leaders there for
to
them.
Aspire.
Yes, they need to work.
Structures in place.
What structure? What structure?
That posterity is better. The future is better.
Is
next generation
is that what they're doing?
No, I'm just telling you that's what the leaders do.
Good. So, is that what this leadership is doing?
I don't know. You should.
Instead of creating generational wealth, they are creating generational debt. You know it.
Do I?
Why you live in Nigeria? You here? You know what I'm saying?
Do I?
Let's be honest with ourselves for once. We will not get into trouble.
I don't get into trouble.
I know you're favored. Exactly.
I'm not favored. Favored by who?
By God.
All right.
So my point is, look at what is happening. Look at the debts we're piling up. So I'm saying that if you still want to...
300 and something billion now, right? 300 and something billion. A little over.
You see? Yeah. So if that's what you're doing, when you go there, talk about the arts too. Charlie, when the arts industry is on way, blah, blah, can you give us extra money for that one too?
Right.
Or can you, build it? Listen, this arts issue here is a national security issue.
How?
Good. Listen, nobody can do without entertainment and arts. Nobody. It's actually therapy. Once your mind is in the right place or it's in the right space, you have less health issues.
Does the Nigerian government do that for their musicians?
You see, I don't know what happens in Nigeria in terms of that. But I've heard in the past some presidents, I think GoodLuck invested in that space. Look, what you
Well, he's chosen one of your own as Deputy Minister for the Arts.
Yes.
So do you believe it will get better?
It
Will
won't.
it improve your fortune? It won't?
It won't.
Why?
I saw his vetting, and he didn't perform because he's intimidated already. He was
By who?
By the people that he met there.
The MPs.
Yes, and by what he's heard before he got there. Listen, that man, I don't know why he's even called Joe Wise. Yeah, look, we're on national television, and you're saying that people in the party, or whoever is coming for vetting is supposed to be working for the nation, not a party. You see, this administration, they've been running. It's like they're running Ghana for MPP. Ghana is not for MPP alone. It's for all of us. The man sat in that chamber and said that the party people.
Our total debt is actually 32.7.
You see?
Yeah, 32.7.
Maybe we'll pay it. When?
We will be paying for a long time.
And you think that is good? Is that what you will be doing for your son? Would you be leaving debts for your son? Me, I want to die. And I have paid all my spiritual sins, my physical sins, whatever. Nothing should
You don't want your child to
never to carry it on. If I'm going to leave anything, it has to be money. Or some, not money. Anything that will help them progress. So what are we doing to ourselves? So if we want to pile up debt, I'm saying that we should look at listen. Look or do a cursory search, into all the nations that had troubles. Societal conflicts, civil strife, their industry as an entertainment wasn't vibrant. So if nothing, look, I can tell you honestly, if there was Facebook, if there was Twitter, if there was Instagram, Jerry Rollins wouldn't do a coup. Think about it.
Your point is?
My point is that entertainment solves a lot of problems. At the time, Charlie, there was nothing he could hang on to. Today, when we bore giddy, we go Instagram.
Okay.
We'll go watch some TikTok.
Are you still managing Shatta?
Yes.
Shatta Wale?
Yes.
Okay.
So we need to take this industry very seriously. We need to invest in the arts.
I'm listening to you and you sound like Shatta Wale. You sound like Shatta because every time I speak to Shatta about the industry, this is exactly how he sounds. And that we need to be taken seriously. He goes, mommy, you see, my people, they don't understand me. They don't understand where I'm coming from. They don't get it.
Now we are in this space. I swear to you, look at the gentleman producing your stuff and the lady and everybody here. I'm not sure they are getting everything they want to get. Sometimes maybe salaries will delay or it won't come. We all have been there, but they are breaking their backs to make sure this is happening for people to listen to. I'm saying that we are, as in our space, we are endangered species. We should be taken care of because the day we stop playing music, the day Rasnene, Teacher Kojo, all these people stop entertaining us, Charlie.
We will be miserable.
Hey!
We'll just listen to the old songs. That was a joke. I'm lying.
So
that was a joke.
Yeah, so we need to take this space seriously.
So you don't think you're being taken seriously?
No. When we go out there.
So why do you all troop to endorse presidential candidates?
Why do we?
Yeah.
We believe.
You line up.
Yeah, we believe. I will not fault anybody, but we believe that they will do better. I love Mahama. Trust me, and if Mahama comes on and he's not doing what he needs to do, I will say it. Yes, I think we should be able to stand for something, But if we don't do that, you have a check for me. But if we don't do that, we'll be doing ourselves a disservice. Right. Why? Look, I'm saying, check the status. All the boys, I've been to cells too many times, and
you are an alumnus of cells.
Thank you.
Probably another future student.
Thank you. my dream, and that's what I've started something. That's what we're trying to decongest
the prisons.
Yes. And there's a difference between the cell and the prison.
Absolutely.
Good. So we want to concentrate on the cell, because when somebody's in cells, they are there all the time. They don't go out. The prisons, at least you get to stretch your leg and go back into the heat. Here it's not like that. I've slept in cells with people who've been there 3 years, 4 years. And let me tell you something. The day I was about to go out, or I was about to release recently, there was a fight that broke out. There were two, religion. So there's the Muslim fraternity and the Christian fraternity.
In the cell?
In the cell.
How big is the cell?
Is
it the size of the studio? Probably bigger.
No, smaller. Yes.
Right.
Smaller, and has some small other rooms, and they pray. The Muslims pray in the morning. When they are done, then the Christians will pray. Just after prayers, they started fighting over some stuff. Now, I think out of respect, they cooled down. But that cell is the most dangerous cell in Ghana. That's why I slept for 3 days. The striking force. Look, the energy there, and it's youth that are in there. Listen, what took them there? You ask their questions, armed robbery or robbery. What? I'm not saying because of that somebody should, but if these guys had something. Look, entertainment employs a large chunk of the youth. So we need to look at it right. If not, you see, the things I want to say,
Is there any government who has taken your industry seriously before in this country? I mean, forget about Kwame Nkrumah's time. You were not around then. But I'm talking about.
I think the NDC, because I think.
What did they do for you?
I think it was in JJ's era that we had the National Theatre and and then we had the conference center and everything. But you see, apart from the structures, we need funding, liquid, to do this job.
Who gave you funding? Has anyone given you funding?
No, this industry that you find out, or whatever it is that we have, and that's why sometimes these artists get so mad. Nobody's funded anybody. It is privatized. It is everybody. It is private. No government has done anything. The last time we heard,
why aren't you lot speaking up?
Because you see, we don't have a united front.
Okay, now who caused that?
I mean, you can't blame nobody.
Right.
The politicians, have a way of gathering, and getting what they want.
Right.
I have told people that we need to march to the Jubilee House, and I started saying this before this administration.
Now you can't do it.
Why can't you?
Can you still do it?
Why? We should be able to. We need to sit down and talk. Right. But nobody wants to talk.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah, no, they won't, because you see, some big man there's some place they give somebody something. So when the person get that, he relax.
Right. What do you think of beefs? Are they healthy?
They are entertainment.
Okay.
But if it's overstretched, then it becomes
a problem.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I know Shatta Wale personally, and I know for a fact that what a lot of people think about Shatta Wale is not whom he is.
Yes.
I mean, Shatta is the sweetest, the coolest guy you can ever sit with and have a conversation.
Yes. True.
But people have quite a perception about him. How, as a manager, how do you manage that?
Their perception or him?
No, the perception.
I don't care about what they say.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I've chosen to do this, and I'm into it the whole time. Like you're saying, you are somebody that have come in contact with the gentleman.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure you don't care about the perception out there.
Because I know him, and I know that a lot of the things people think about him.
Exactly.
Is ridiculous.
Exactly. Unfortunately, not everybody can think like can meet him. I have same perceptions. People think whatever. So we should not.
He was
care.
trending on Saturday.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yes, him and Arnold. These are my people too. Arnold is my guy as well.
What did you make of it? I mean, I looked at it and I said, "Oh, this is Shatta being Shatta."
I think it was, like you're saying, it's normal. It's I think the most important thing, at the end, they were cool.
Yeah.
But hey, these things happen, and it excites everybody, and that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I look at it, because I don't want to be. I don't want to sound judgmental.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, because everybody has a way of thinking. I mean, for me, if you said I'm confused and inconsistent, I'll tell you that's how the world is, because I look at your pretty face now, I don't see a pimple. I'm sure tomorrow you might wake up with a pimple. Isn't that confusing?
God forbid.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Right.
Isn't that confusing?
It is confusing.
Isn't that inconsistent? Because today you are looking picture. Yesterday you were looking. Then tomorrow, no, boom, some pimple. You know, so for me,
pimple doesn't take your beauty away.
I didn't say it will take it, but I'm saying that you lose the smooth face. Something pops up. All I'm saying is there are ups and downs.
Right.
The world is not consistent.
Right.
You understand? Yeah. So everybody takes it differently. You understand? So, but eventually, what the most important thing is, these two gentlemen are talking, and they are not at each other's throat. Like, they're cool. You know, I've had occasions where we've spoken together, myself, Arnold and Shatta on the phone, and yeah.
Would you make him attend the VGMA?
No.
Why?
They need to apologize to him. They disrespected him, and I've told him that severally. I've said it on other platforms. If he decides to join that scheme again, I'm going to concentrate on some farming. You know, yeah, it means I won't say I've wasted my time. Maybe my journey has come to an end because they've consistently disrespected him. And, you know, and he comes out and says, okay, Charlie, no be anything, let's do this for the culture. But Charlie, for the culture, for how long? You know, there was an issue that happened, and you go and report us to the police. He spent a night in jail for not doing anything. Then we are in court all the time. Yo, I think it's disrespectful. It's sad. And they just are there again, and they are coming to make money again. Nobody is doing them anything. Nobody is taking them to court for them to pay.
What
for
do you
anything.
think about the awards itself?
I think it's a good scheme. It's just that as people, we understand it differently. So somebody picks up an award and they want to say stuff to make others feel less, you know. So then
that happens everywhere in the world.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Everywhere in the world that happens, there's a base. Nana, I sit here and I'm looking at the phone you have, it's top of the range. Now, I sit here, and in Ghana, that's what we think. Actually, hey, this thing like 10,000, 12,000. Hey. Yeah, because I have to pay cash for it.
Right.
Here. Onushi. So I'm like, hey, and then Ukuta Bibi. But there it is not like that. We run on credit. So those are basics nobody would think of.
Right.
You know, can you believe that today, boys, they ease themselves in gutters in this town, like in Nushishin. So once we start comparing that award schemes and blah, then we've gotten it wrong.
Right.
Because the system, the
It's
base,
different.
yes.
Okay.
Nobody will envy anybody when somebody's wearing a shirt.
I get you.
Yeah.
This is your mystery question.
Hey.
Okay, cool. Can we go with a... Okay. So wait. After...
And now, the mystery question.
Okay. So you open it, you read it out, and then you answer it. Yeah. Very easy question.
Oh, very.
Yeah. Read it.
Who is your favorite Ghanaian rapper?
Yeah.
And why?
Yeah.
All time, or I need to, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. You tell us.
Tiny.
Ah.
Yep. Tiny.
Yeah.
Now, and the reason why I say Tiny is, I understand a bit of production.
Is it because of the gun?
No.
Okay.
I understand a bit of production.
Okay.
You see, when Obrafour emerged, some of us didn't understand what production was really at the time. So you heard him saying, there be, then you hear another voice in the back. It's called ad-libbing. There be. So, you know, like an echo kind of thing. So we thought, and he used that ad-libbing thing very well. So we thought, was that three people in a rapping and answer back? Then Abraham, yes, he muddied the waters by doing a video of three people, three Obrafours. We didn't understand it at the time. Now, what I'm saying is Tiny. When you listen to Tiny carefully, his ad-libs comes before the substantive thing he wants to say when he's rapping. So instead of backing it up and say, yo, it will come before it. He has that foresight. You know, he's
Right.
yes. So for me,
Like
Tiny is the best
favorite.
rapper. Yes, forever.
Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you too.
BullDog.
Thank you.
I wish you the very best.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you soon.
Definitely.
Stop hiding.
Definitely, I'll find you. I'll find you.
All right, have a good night, and thank you all for tuning into StarrChat on Star 103.5 FM. Pleasure coming your way. We'll see you next week Wednesday, but enjoy the rest of our programs. For those of you who joined our live feed, thank you for tuning in. Good night.